everybody, it's me. I'm in for June. So, coming to talk about June, there's a lot going on, isn't there? It's There's a lot of stirring, a lot of momentum. We've got a lot of solar activity as well. So there's a lot of light pushing a lot up. So June feels a bit like, yeah, get ready, here we go. It's action station times. Um, Definitely a theme of new beginnings coming in. I'm going to do a card reading for us today and see what comes up in terms of how we navigate June and what's going to be helpful for us as a collective energy. So, obviously, we're all taking our different paths. We're all going at our own pace, which is all perfect and how it's meant to be. But we are all sharing a similar kind of field, and we do have a collective energy. And so I've just opened, I can't find my card deck anywhere, so I've just opened a new card deck. It's interesting. I've got that lovely new feeling. I've just had a load of new books delivered. So I do have my Working with Chakra books. It's not in focus. Where is it? There we go. So that's in with all of the beautiful beliefs in color in the center there, and the method for belief change. So this whole process and system is coming in to help you to shift your frequency to align with new vibrations, with new energies, almost experiences of reality, through resonance, through vibration, through belief change, working with the subconscious mind. So it's so important we recognize that a lot of what we have running is our programs. It's just what we've taken on board, what we've introjected, and what we play out, how we respond in life to our own beliefs and programs, the triggers that we've had as children, and that goes through the ancestry and through the soul lineage. So we've had a lot of experiences that are coming to completion in this time, which is brilliant. It can feel like we're revisiting, but we are moving up that octave, or we have the potential to move up that octave. So we are still in that process of, releasing anything that is not the true self, the authentic self, that is part of the systemic energies and systems that we've been born into. So that's the first thing to notice. This is just about releasing ourselves from that old energy and matrix by reprogramming the subconscious mind. So that's where, for me, that's where the power is, that's where the gift is. So we can see the patterns, we can know that they're there, we can work with them consciously, but we have an ability to release them and to shift them. And so we don't align with them anymore. And when we don't align with them anymore, they don't trigger us in the same way. And they don't keep showing up. It's like, okay, we're done with that. We've taken the learning and we be a different kind of way. So I'm going to do as a reading for June to support us. This is coming off the back of a meditation I held on Monday night. So I hold fortnightly meditations, which you can subscribe to if you want to drop into your Ascension channel with me. And there's support there just to come into vibrational alignment, to be held. We get messages come through my higher self and oversoul to support us with this process of ascension that we're moving through. And on Monday, it was really clear that we are in a change moment. And the meditation was very much about, in fact, I might even share the meditation in the description. So if you want to connect and have an experience of that, because it's just going to be helpful for everyone. So it's really about being able to ground, anchoring down, widening the root chakras. So we spent a lot of time grounding and helping us to release any fear-based narratives or distortions in the root chakra, so that the light that is incoming with the solar energy can be assimilated. And we do is this whole ride journey is going to be a lot easier if we can integrate the beautiful energies coming in. And of course, they are amazing and they feel wonderful. And we can have these beautiful synchronicities and live life in a completely different way. It can be and is truly magical when we are in that space, but it does mean going through the clearing work, and that is part of the journey. So the meditation on Monday that I will share enables that connection with the root chakra, the releasing, the being with, the breathing into the root chakra and any distortion that's still being held there. I know I personally went through a big fear clearing with the last full moon. That was a really big one for me. But beautiful, it just made way for these beautiful new energies and new beginnings of like, right, you can move forward now. Because I couldn't move forward with that holding on to that fear that was, my body was holding on to. So it is a journey. I will share that. But what was said in the meditation, once we'd been through this kind of clearing and grounding, was that the next 3 weeks, we would have energy influxes, solar activity, energy coming in. And so to rest, to be gentle, and to allow that integration process. So no, so as I'm speaking in and connecting with the energy, it's like I'm being invited to expand, right? So if we've got incoming energies, if we're tight and we're constricted and our body's tight and we are holding or busying, we're just going to hit up against some challenging energies. So, and dizziness, vertigo, like my nervous system, I've definitely felt, and I usually ride these waves pretty well. But the last, week, 2 weeks, I've really felt, last few days in particular, I've really felt my nervous system starting to um, really taking on a lot of new energy, being affected by the energy. So in order to do that, rather than going into constriction, we have to allow the expansion, particularly of the root chakra and the grounding, so we can just bring this light in, embody it, and this is the ascension journey. It's about embodying. It's not about going up and out. It's about becoming whole here in this dimensional realm and integrating and becoming multi-dimensional. So we have access to the dimensions. We just need to do it through this physical, beautiful body vessel that you are embodying now. So there's the gift and the power. Okay, on to the reading. Let's see what we've got coming up. I haven't shuffled these yet, so you can see as the pack as you come. So they're available on my website, nikkigresham-record.co.uk, or on Amazon. But they come in they're organized through the chakras. So there are 4 beliefs per chakra. So this one is your first, second, third, and this within the healing system is referred to the 4th chakra. We are one. And the system itself, just so that you know, because there's the gift, is that you can learn how to muscle test to see what you specifically need for you with the energy that you're working with and working through in this now moment, to see which belief is going to support you to get some release or some rebalancing. So these beliefs are like antidote in the positively polarized reality to the limiting, contracting beliefs that keep us small and disconnected. So you can muscle test to find which chakra is it in, which of these aspects. There's 7 aspects per chakra. That's peace of mind, for example. And then you can muscle test, is it the first, second, third, or 4th belief? And you can have a multiple of those beliefs as the system is set up. So I'm just going to do a generic card reading now. I'm going to connect in to this collective field. It's a lot of feels we're in a potential for chaos, I would say. So that is there. We can always be the eye within the storm and be in our center, get to know our center, the central channel, our connection through to higher self, oversoul, monad, and source. I'm noticing myself just coming into my center, my connection, aware of a lot of moving and shifting, like sands and tides. We've got a first card coming in, the first message coming in. This one. Okay, it's the integrity card. I have integrity. So this is a third eye. Sorry, it's not a third eye, it's a crown chakra card. The crown chakra card. So it's interesting I'm bringing it to third eye because I'm seeing, it's like, can we see, that's the first thing that I have to say about it. Can we see where we are in integrity or not in integrity? So the integrity, this integrity card is speaking to our truth, our divine truth, the divine truth. But where are we in integrity with ourselves? Where are we out of integrity? So where are we misaligned? Where are we still attached to energies, behaviors, programs that we know are keeping us limited? So there's something about a knowing of this, an awareness of this already. But we're still being okay with that. It's almost like I'll deal with that another time, or I'll move into that another time. So just inviting you, all of us, to just feel, where am I in integrity? Where am I out of integrity? And just to start with acknowledging that. So the acknowledgement, the awareness always helps us to shift, as does your intent and your desire, or in having the intent to desire to come into integrity. So I'm going to read the card and then see what else wants to be said about this. So this is particularly through the month of June. It feels as I'm not reading the card yet, but I'm feeling energy in my body connecting to the sacral chakra with our integrity. So our energies of creation, where are we in integrity with creation, with the anchoring of the soul energy, the seat of the soul path? And can we allow that energy to stir? Can we allow that energy to start to rise, to birth the new? Really, we've got this. I'm not big into astrology, but I know this kind of 0-degree Aries that we're in at the moment. For me, cosmically, universally, feels like a massive energetic reset, where all of the things that we've been dreaming in, all of the things that we've been intending, this speak of new earth. There's an alignment to be taking place through this course of June. It's been there for a while, but it feels amplified. And of course, we're building up to the solstice. Oh, are you feeling that? So energy is building up to the solstice, coming into alignment with creation energies of new earth. Where are we in integrity with that? And where are we out of integrity with it? So what are we still putting energy into that isn't of the new earth, isn't aligned, isn't in service to the love-based reality? I was going to say the greater good, but I don't like that expression anymore. Where are we in alignment to serving the self? Don't take the self out of it. So your soul path, and that will naturally be in service of the all. So okay, I am going to read now. So I am aligned This is the first belief. I'm aligned with my higher truth. So that's a knowing that I am aligned with my higher truth. And I'm deeply and lovingly honest with myself. So I've already spoken to that. I listen to the truth in my heart. Okay. And know what is right within me, aware that many truths can exist. I am going to come to that now. So your heart energy can carry a different truth, a different knowing to your programs or to the brain or to the mind that can be hijacked into just a system of thinking, a belief, a foundational belief. I just throw one out there that's very easy and accessible is that I need to work hard in order to be successful. So we can just attach to these beliefs, and your head can tell a very different story to the heart energy and wisdom. So listen to the truth in your heart. What's your heart saying? And I think actually there's a little bit of a shift as we access more of the multidimensional and access more of the higher mind, the the insight and the inspiration that comes from the higher self and perhaps the oversoul energy can be very different to the subconscious programs that we've all got them because that's the way we were set up as humans. So that is just a tape program that keeps regurgitating, but we get attached because there's associated pain with them. There's associated emotions and experiences. And we don't want to negate our experiences, but we also don't want to stay stuck in old experiences. We want to learn from them, grow from them, and be empowered enough to choose a different way, to choose a different mindset, to choose a different consciousness and a different energy and a different frequency, which leads to a different potential. So we were opening up as we open more multidimensionally, we are opening up to infinite potential, infinite possibility, and moving away from this kind of limited and restricted, where we've been kind of kept in a distorted and closed field. We want to be opening up to all this beautiful potential that is us, and it's available to us because we are part of it, because we're part of divine intelligence. So yeah, many truths can exist. So we're looking for the divine truth, like the core truth, because what is true for one person is dependent upon their belief structures often and how they see things and the knowledge and information that they have. But there is an essence, there is a wider truth, there is a higher divine intelligence and truth, and it's allowing ourselves to question, to challenge. What am I fixed with? What am I holding on to? And what can I release and let go of so that I can open to the highest potential, my highest potential, as part of this big collective shift. So that's the invitation. I am ethical and integrous in my actions. So here's your kind of another I am statement. I am ethical and integrous in my actions. We are having to question. So we might see things that we don't like, but we behave in ways which are easy, right? And in some ways, okay, forgive ourselves. This is a bridge. Guilty too. I still shop on Amazon, which I don't like. And that's not being integrous in my actions. I do support local. So I do both. But I still will go for right. What's easy and what works currently until we build new systems. We need new systems. That's not about the oligarchy. It's not about, it's about supporting local. It's about supporting the people that are working to bring something to us and recognizing the value in that, and therefore, supporting each other. So I'm sure it's not just me. I'm sure there's many of us that are not as ethical as we could be. And it's a journey, and it's not about judgment, and it's not about right and wrong. It's about awareness and consciousness. and being conscious enough to make choices. And then, it's a shift, right? So we're on a journey and on a shift. I have integrity. So I think mostly be honest with your thoughts, have integrity with others. If you're going to do something, do it. Be true to yourself, be true to others. This is important, be honest. Honesty can be kind. It doesn't have to come from an energy of condemnation or judgment. It's just grace, right? We bring in grace. Okay, I'm going to do one more quickly because I'm in between client sessions today. But I feel like there's one more thing that wants to be said. So just talking to that integrity card, also, what do you need? Be honest with yourself in terms of what you need. Don't push yourself over these next 3 weeks. So if you genuinely need space and time to go through process, allow that. There's value, there's huge value in that. If you think about why you incarnated as a soul, to embody in this experience, to be human, to be part of this huge shift, then honor that. That's high priority. It needs to be high priority. Okay. So the card coming in, next card coming in for June is self-expression. Self-expression. I speak up. So we've got this spiral and we've got the wolf howling from his belly. And the Melchizedek energy, again, highly aligned with truth, with manifestation, with speaking in what you want, with being impeccable with your words. Your thoughts obviously guide your words, your beliefs guide your thoughts. So working with the element of ether and space to allow for self-expression. So this is just what's coming through first is a beautiful way to clear yourself. So if you are holding any kind of inner blockages, inner thoughts, maybe you don't want to have a conversation with somebody because it's going to bring up too much stuff and you're already going through a lot of processing and integration right now. But what you can do is write things down. You can get it out. You can express so that you become familiar with what it is that you are wanting to express, that you're wanting to say. And you can say it through written form, even if it's just an acknowledgement for yourself. You've allowed movement through expressing what is inside. So this really is starting to feel through June about flow, about allowing the releasing of that which has been stuck or blocked or wanted to be said, to be said. So what needs to be spoken in, whether it's to reality, to your higher self, to your benevolent, loving family of light, your guides, your oversoul. What is it that wants to be said and spoken in? What do you want to express? What's your expression in the world? Who are you? What is it that you bring as a unique gift to the world that is needed? What's your message to the world that's needed? So let's think about allowing ourselves to say, hey, this is me. This is what I'm bringing. This is what I can do. And that's beautiful. And that's a gift. And where, maybe we've, particularly as healers, been through judgment and condemnation. Let's take responsibility for healing that pattern and program, allowing ourselves to speak, feeling safe in our identity of who we are and what we feel that we want to express and bring in the world. So the card says, the passion in me cannot help. Sorry, I'm going to start again. The passion felt in me cannot help but be expressed as I use my voice to put my message, wisdom, and teaching out into the world. What I have to say is important, and I will say it. I now make myself heard as my heart and soul express through my body, eyes, and voice. So we express in many ways. A lot of it is energetic through our being. But how do you want to express? Can you move? Can you dance? Can you free yourself? If you were to move, if you were to dance, I learned chakra dancing recently, and I do that once a month. I love it. It is, the solar plexus chakra, for example, it's punchy. It's punchy, it's staccato, and the energy is moving fast. It's very energetic. It's fire, right? Fire element energy. And the sacral chakra energy wants to move. It's sensual and it's floaty and it's creative and it's expressive and it's like water, right? It's water element. And yeah, throat chakra. So you're moving into the element of space and manifestation. So starting to feel the space around you and connecting with the space around you with your auric field. And it gets a bit floaty. So there's different ways in which we can connect and express. And root chakra, like really grounded and earthy and low, and like you're tribal or moving through the forest or the jungle. It's that very kind of earthy, tribal, drumming. So how would you want to express? Like what suits you? Or maybe you want to be very angelic and up in the clouds, in the dimensional field, and it's very like Tai Chi, maybe, movements and flow and bringing in harmony and balance, because that will give you a clue. How you want to move will give you a clue as to what energy is wanting to move through you, what energy is wanting to come into balance and settle. So we've got expression, we've got first integrity. I'm going to stop here. So check in with your integrity. What's true for you? Are you in your truth? Are you living your truth? Are you doing what you say you will do? Where can you bring yourself more into alignment and into your center and into your energy and your how you're wanting to be, how you're wanting to express in the world? And then the second card is that self-expression. So use the expression as a means to bring yourself into harmony and balance, as a means to release, and as a means to acknowledging what it is that you're wanting, you're desiring, and you're drawing down. So a lot of light code information. So information travels as light from the higher realms, and we can receive that. And that is what kind of creates this jarring sometimes, as it's a mismatch of frequency while we're assimilating to the higher frequency energies and information. And we want to bring that all the way down to the root chakra, through the legs, bring it to earth. And then we can renew every time we're in this process of renewal and expansion. All right, loves, I am going to say bye-bye for now. Have a wonderful June. I will probably be back in soonish. I'm enjoying finding my voice and speaking. I have a self-help training coming up on July the 13th and 14th in Midhurst, West Sussex. So if you want to come spend a couple of days with me learning the process of how you can bring yourself into vibrational alignment, go to my website. The details are below. The information is in the book, so I have made it accessible for all, because that's a huge part of my values, that this energy, this work needs to be accessible for all. The course is still very low in terms of its cost, as far as I can see, in relation to the value. And if you do want to work with me one-to-one, I do have occasional slots, so let me know. But in the meantime, be loving to yourself, be gentle, be kind, allow the light to assimilate. Everything that is happening here is good for the evolution of humanity. But it is an inner job, it's an inside job, and it's a little bit of a car wash at times. So I completely acknowledge that, and sending love and light and blessings and divine grace in the meantime.